Hey, what's up guys? Trigger Tickle here, back again with another YouTube video. So, sorry, but I've been on vacation. Now I'm back. So, we're going to talk about my all-time favorite 5-star monster that I have summoned. He was my first 5-star monster, and we're going to do a little highlight video on him. So, that monster's going to be Ritesh. So, he's the Wind Beast Monk. And Beast Monks are awesome just to begin with. The water one's a bit shitty. Fire one's awesome, water one's great. I'm sorry, not water, but wind one's really good, and the light one's also really good. But the water and dark, I'm not a big fan of. They're kind of shitty. But we're going to focus on the wind one, so here we go. So, his first skill. Smashes the enemy and taunts the target with a 50% chance. So, every time he attacks, he gets a 50% chance to make that monster basically attack him. So he's taunting them. It's only 50%, so it's not the greatest first attack, but the attack is based upon his max HP, and if you get a critical hit, it increases his speed for 2 turns, which is awesome because the Beast Monks have low base speed, so that's a really good first attack. Definitely a solid good one. He has a built-in heal. Well, not a built-in heal because that would be a passive, but no, second skill, recovers 40% HP through meditation. If his HP is below 50%, it'll heal him. But if his HP is above 50%, whoever has the lowest HP, it'll heal them instead. So that's a pretty good skill, and it goes down to 3 turns, obviously, once max skilled. And then last one, so it's Trick of the Wind. So attacks all enemies, so it's an AoE. It's based upon his max HP again, so if you're seeing a trend here, they all need lots of HP. It also has a 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns, which that goes up to 50, 60, 75%. So it's a 75% chance to do an AoE defense break. So that's awesome. It's not 100%, but it's still awesome. So, oh yeah, and his leader skill increases accuracy of ally monsters in the dungeons by 55%. I did use this starting out when I didn't have a lot of great stats or accuracy to put on teams. I used him in Giants, up to I think Giants B8, but then I phased him out. So you're going to phase him out, you're not going to use him in the dungeons as much, but overall he's a great monster to start you out, like say running scenarios. He can farm. Really good. He can farm Timor, he can farm up to... I'll show you that here in a second, what you can farm up to. So, how do you want to rune this guy? I have him on Violent, and I think Violent works the best. I've had him on Energy, all 6 Energy runes. I've had him on Swift at one point. It didn't work out that great. I think I've even had him on Guard Energy, which also wasn't that great. But what I've found is Violent works the best for him, and what you want to try to go with is do HP, 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 starting out, and then if you're able to get a crit damage slot 6 rune, I would phase it out. So what you want to try to do, I would say, is HP, crit damage, HP, and you want to try to get him with as much crit rate substats as you can, and with speed as secondary substat. So you want to go again, HP, crit damage, HP with crit rate and speed substats, and then yeah, just pump through those. Try to get him up around, I'd say, 75% crit rate, and then just pump him with as much crit damage as you can get, and then make sure his HP is crazy high. So I would not do that unless you can put 2 6-star HP runes there. I would stick with HP down here instead of switching out to say crit damage, because you need him to have very high HP because that's what his damage is based off of. But they can hit really hard. I've seen a couple of videos on here, I forget who did them, but they can hit upwards of like 35k with their first skill if it crits, so that's just crazy. Oh yeah, so he can go up to Ideen Forest on Hell. I know that he can do Faimon. He doesn't have the best runes for it yet, so you need to have him very well runed if you're going to do Faimon Hell. I've also seen ones that are able to do Chiruka remains on Hell. Again, you need to have them very well runed in order for them to do that. But yeah, so he has some pretty good runes on him. He is definitely able to solo Idean Forest on Hell. And while this is running, what would you use him in? He's really great for a farmer, honestly. I shouldn't have 6-starred him so early because I wasn't aware of like the difference between making a 5-5-star team as opposed to making a 1 6-star. Like you want to try to get your 5-5-star team going first before you make a 6-star. Everyone's like rush to 6-star, rush to 6-star. You don't really want to do that. It's better to have 5 5-stars than 1 6-star and the rest are 4. But as far as like a farmer, he was definitely the best one that I could have 6-starred early on because he just helped me level very quickly. He can, like I said, he's soloing this, so yeah. And obviously he's got her with her, but he can solo this relatively quickly. Not the fastest farmer, but whatever. TOA, you're not really going to use him all that much because TOA is about crowd control, and he doesn't really have crowd control. His taunt is mediocre. It's kind of just like an added bonus, but you need it to be consistent if you're going to be using him as like a taunt for TOA, and he just does not have that. He has a great heal built into him, so that's awesome, and he does have the defense break, but again, for TOA, you're not going to be using him after, like in the higher levels. For dungeons, I'm not in love with the accuracy because most of your monsters that are going to use accuracy, you're probably going to have accuracy runes on them, or accuracy substats. And honestly, you want to have better stats on your monsters, like speed instead of a, or like a. I'm talking about. No, you want to have a better leader for dungeons than accuracy. So if you're going to be running, say, like giants, you probably want to have either an HP leader skill or a speed leader skill. Accuracy isn't going to be that helpful to you. The same with dragons. He's pretty much useless for dragons. But for arena and guild wars, he is groundbreakingly awesome. So I use him in arena with this defense, which you guys probably aren't going to be able to get these because they're 5-stars, but like say if you wanted to replace him with them and you didn't have her, so you put that guy in. Who else would you use in this case? If you have like a Briand or a Briand, the Wind Death Knight for a Reviver would be really good for this because he can do a lot of damage. Ritesh can do a lot of damage, and he has a heal. So he's super tanky, and he can heal. And he does a lot of damage. So that's awesome. It fills 3 units. Plus he can do an AoE defense break, which is great for an arena defense monster. So he works great in the defense that I have set up here, at least. Where is he? No. So yeah, that's the defense that I'm working with right now, and it has probably, I'd say, about 45 to 60% success rate, right in there. Yeah, so speed lead, he has 138 speed right now, so that makes him pretty fast, and that just makes him even faster with that. And yeah, you use Veramos to clear. You use you have 2 healers here. So Ariel has 1 heal, and he has the AoE heal, and Ritesh comes in with his own little heals, so it's just a great tanky team. So that can give you kind of an idea of how to use him for an arena defense. You want it to be, like if you wanted to, say, replace, you could replace Vanessa with like Chloe. That would give your team invincibility and immunity. And then when immunity runs out, Veramos will be there to help cleanse the team. So yeah, that could be one thing you could do if you wanted to, or if you are lucky enough to pull Ritesh. I would definitely consider trying to make a team based around him and just tankiness overall for an arena defense if you pull him. Same goes with Guild Wars. I haven't really gotten that far into Guild Wars yet. Shit. Well, it's Sunday, sorry. But that's how I use him. That seems to work really well. Veramos, Bella, and Ritesh. So Bella's faster than Ritesh. She goes out, or he goes out, does a defense break. Ritesh goes afterwards with his first skill that's based off his HP on a defense broken monster. Yeah, it's going to do crap tons of damage. And then on top of it, you have Bella that heals, and Ritesh is able to self-heal too, so it's an awesome, great defense. He's also really good for attack. He's great in arena offense as well. I use him on pretty much every single arena offense team that I have. Most of them. There are a few where I'm just like, nah, that's not going to work. But yeah, so that's Ritesh. By far my favorite 5-star monster that I have. Is he the best 5-star monster out there? No, but he's able to fit so many roles. Like, that's what's up with the Beast Monks. Like, I'm gonna go in here and just show you because I am in love with mine, and I would really like to have one of the other ones, but where are mine? Where's mine? So the fire one's really good. Let's just do an overview of all of them here. So fire one, his first one does pretty much the same, except it can do continuous damage instead of taunt, which honestly I like a little bit better. Taunt's okay, but if it has such a low chance of hitting, it's going to be inconsistent, and you can't really build a strategy around it, where this is just like an added bonus. Hey, you can do continuous damage now. And it's also attack speed, so critical rate is important to make them faster, and based off max HP. Second one, the exact same as the wind. And third skill here does the exact same as the wind one, except instead of doing a defense break, it does disturbs HP recovery, which I'm not really sure which one I like more. I do like HP disturbing skills because I don't have a lot of monsters with that, at least built. And another thing that I like about him is he's fire. So I don't have a lot of fire attackers, but I feel that that might come in handy in some arena instances where a lot of defenses that I've run into, at least so far, are either fire or they are wind. I haven't run into a lot of water defenses, so I think he would be better in certain instances than the wind one. And his leader skill, it's critical rate, so I like that better than accuracy, honestly, in dungeon scenarios. So especially if you're wanting to make like a speed dragons team, you could focus more on speed substats instead of crit rate substats. So that, yeah, I like that leader skill a lot better. Water one, I hate. I can't stand him. I know he has some uses. He can probably be really good in arena defense. I haven't figured it out, and I am glad that I don't have him. So first one, so it's the same as the rest, except, what's this one do? 3% chance. Turn. Okay, so stun. I like that better than continuous damage, and I like that better than taunt, because a stun gives you more of a crowd control. So he does, I'll admit, he has a better first skill, and the rest of it's the same as the others. This is why I don't like him, because he doesn't have a self-heal. He has, it's a defend. So it decreases the inflicted damage to 0 for 3 turns when your ally is attacked and receives 50% of the original damage. Why don't I like that? Because Bella can remove it like that. You can get any type of buff stripper in there, and they can just boop, remove it, and it's useless. And secondly, he's going to use it on... I use a lot of AoE attacks, so he's still going to take... Actually, he would take more damage because of it. So I'm just not in love with that skill at all. Like, I hate it. And his third skill here, so it has the same as the rest, only this one's 80% chance to, so it's attack speed. So I'll admit, again, I do like those two skills more, but if he just had the same as like the wind and fire with the meditate, he would be great. He'd be phenomenal. With these two, you'd have a stun, a slow, and a self-heal. He'd be perfect. But I hate defend, man. It's terrible. So leader skills. So it increases the... not in love with defense. You don't really need high... I mean, defense helps, but as a leader skill, there's way better leader skills out there. So yeah, that's him. Not my favorite. We already looked at him. So Shazam is actually my by far favorite out of the Beast Monks, and I would love to have one. He's actually one of my top 5 favorite light and dark monsters. 5-star light and dark monsters, actually. So yeah. So first skill does the same, except this one is a defense break. So smashes the enemy and decreases the target's defense for 1 turn. And if you notice there's no percentage, which means I think it does it like Bella's. So you have a 100% chance of doing it. Of course, resistance comes into play, so you need a little bit of maybe some accuracy would help. But first skill defense break, that's based upon your max HP, and if you get a critical, it increases your speed. That's all in 1 skill on a first skill. That's crazy good. And the fact that his base HP is a little bit lower than Ritesh, but it's still freaking high. So yeah, that's an amazing first skill, guys. Second one, so meditate. So he gets the same skill as the other one that I was just talking about, which is great. And third one, so attacks all enemies with spell of light. This has to so glancing hit, and again based upon HP. What more could you want in a monster? First skill defense break, possibility to increase your own speed, and based off of max HP. So good. Yeah, Shazam is by far the best Beast Monk in my opinion. And he's a light monster, so you don't have to worry about attribute advantage, except if you're going against like a dark team, which not a lot of them out there. So this would be a perfect monster for a arena defense. And then increases the accuracies. Again, you could have a better leader skill, but the fact that those 3 skills right there are so great, don't even care about that leader skill. So that's awesome. And again, dark one, not that great in my opinion. So first one, so smashes the enemy and recovers the HP by 50% of the damage dealt. So it's based upon your max HP. It does do a speed increase, which isn't bad, and it's a self heal. So not the worst skill. First skill. I actually kind of like it a bit because self heal on a first skill, it's pretty good. But again, guys, defend. Why? I hate it. I'm sure there's some team compositions and niche compositions you can make where that defend works great that I'm not aware of, but from my perspective, I just don't like it. So Trick of Darkness, so attacks all enemies with a spell that summons the power of darkness. The attack has 75% chance to block the beneficial effects granted on the target for 2 turns. Damage of the skill. So okay, so yeah, so if they have a beneficial effect, I guess this kind of like silences that, so it cancels it out. So if you have like say an attack buff and he attacks with this, again, it's kind of a weird skill. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I would rather have like removes beneficial effects, not block. Like just completely removes them. Because if you have say like a Konamiya or something else that's able to cleanse, because that counts as a debuff. So yeah, I can remove it and then whatever buffs you had go immediately. Yeah, I'm not in love with that skill. I can see how it could be useful, but I just don't like the wording from it. So yeah, not a fan there. And actually, he probably has one of the best leader skills out of all of them. And attack power is pretty good. Yeah, attack power, he's probably on par as far as leader skills with the fire one, with his crit rate. But again, I'm just not in love with his other skill set. So yeah, not that great. So those are the 5 flavors of the Beast Monks, and that is my Beast Monk, the Wind one. So, oh yeah, I forgot I was going to promise you guys this. Should probably put an annotation at the beginning of the video because I never mentioned it because I blab constantly, but I do have a Mystic scroll saved up, and I kind of want to see what happens. It's going to be a 3-star, but hey, you never know. Boop! What do we get? Nah. Whatever. Fodder monsters, so that's good. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to keep making these videos. I do have a couple more 5 stars that I want to review. I'm going to show you my kit here. and I want you to leave a comment down below and let me know which one you want me to make a review on next. So I've got Ariel, Zyros, Vanessa, and who else do I have? Got a couple in storage that I don't really use. Okeonis, Ethna, or the Wind Dragon Knight. What the hell's his name? Shit, what is his awakened form? Yeah, whatever. The Wind Dragon Knight. So yeah, which one you guys want me to do a review on next? If you don't leave it down there, I'm just going to choose randomly. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like, comment, subscribe. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Trigger to go out.